You want a treat? Give me a pup. There you go, boy.
Rocco Jr. is more than just a dog to Alicia Verma. She says he's her source of emotional support.
He's my family. He's my friend. He's my child. And I know that some people say he's just a dog, but to me, he's my entire world. And that's why I've been fighting so much for him and so hard for him.
Fighting because Rocco Jr. has been at the center of a legal battle between Verma and the family of Verma's late boyfriend. When Leonard Carvalho died in November 2022, Verma took Rocco, but Carvalho's sisters took her to court, saying the dog was part of their brother's estate and was meant to go to them as beneficiaries. The sisters' lawyer says Rocco Jr. was a beloved member of the family.
And also, as I indicated, the last living thing connected to their late brother. So they loved the dog and wanted him back.
Last week, a judge ruled in favor of the sisters, saying Rocco Jr. was owned by Mr. Carvalho at the time of his death, and that Verma must arrange for Rocco Jr. to be returned to the applicant by Friday, March 15th. A decision Verma says she's still struggling to process.
You know, like I said, the day Leonard passed was the worst day of my life, but it came pretty close. I remember pinching myself. I'm like, is this a nightmare? Like, that's actually what happened.
At the heart of the case was the question of ownership, with Verma's lawyer saying there's evidence that the dog was purchased as a gift for Verma, and that the couple lived together and cared for the dog together. The family presented a different view, saying the couple did not live together and that the dog belonged solely to the late Carvalho and should be part of his estate just like all his other belongings. Verma's lawyer says it's been a contentious and complex case.
There's so many people involved giving their perception of what happened and evidence of what they saw. I think that is part of what makes it so challenging.
Miranda Dessau argues this case is a sign that it's time for Ontario law to evolve so that pets aren't viewed solely as property.
I think one thing that we've really seen in this case is how many people have become interested and invested in the story, because most people, I think, that I've heard from, they don't view their pets the same as a table or a chair. They view their pets as a member of the family.
Verma has started a petition to change Ontario laws so that pets are not considered property. Custody law related to pets is evolving in some parts of the country. In January, changes to family law came into effect in BC, differentiating companion animals from other property. Now, those changes affect pet custody decisions during divorces or separations, with courts now considering a variety of factors, including relationships with children in a family, as well as risk of animal cruelty. Dessau points to the BC law as evidence of changing public opinion and hopes that there could be legal changes here in Ontario. Though the lawyer for the family points out Rocco Jr. will go to a good home no matter what.
There was no suggestion that the dog would be less loved or less cared for by any of the parties.
Verma and her lawyer say their fight for Rocco Jr. is not over.
He's been my biggest support since everything happened. He gave me a reason to wake up in the morning. I owe him so much.
They're appealing the decision and have filed a motion to stay the handover order so that Verma can keep Rocco while an appeal is underway, arguing that separating them would cause Verma irreparable emotional harm. Sarah MacMillan, CBC News, Toronto.